Hey folks, welcome. Milan here, Riches and Beyond co-founder. Today I really want to inspire you with this amazing story of this powerful lady, Doris and Pella, who managed to have 7 deals in 6 months. Now, she didn't go 7 times to the bank. She did go once, and then when she realized she couldn't do it through the bank, then she realized that, hey, gotta be a better way. Let's see what else I can do. What do I have now so that I can maximize this opportunity? So simple way is as she realized that if I join the powerful network of Riches and Beyond with more than 50,000 investors, people with money, would have been much easier instead of waiting for the banks to approve me so many times, right? So what most people do, they will go to the bank, get approved for the bond, and then buy a property, and waiting for the second bond. Usually that takes longer, many years. Now we bypass that time of waiting, right? So we build a network so that you can all leverage. People with money wanted to partner with you, and the good news is you can have multiple joint venture partnerships at the same time, which means you can have multiple deals at the same time. So today I really want to walk you through the journey, how she did this, and how you can do exactly the same thing. If I'm not mistaken, she made well over 600,000 Rand profit with these 7 deals in a period of 6 months. Would anybody be happy to make the same amount of money in 6 months? Now, on average, if you didn't know, our students are making anywhere between between 50 to 100,000 Rand profit within 6 to 8 months. And let me show you how it's done. Now, folks, if you didn't get a chance to get this case study, it should be somewhere in the emails that we sent to you before. So go through it, see how she did that. And if you have any questions, reach out. We always do different free events, master classes. We also offer coaching and mentorship programs, which Doris is part of. Now, a couple of things to have in mind. Number one, having access to the network. Very difficult to do this by yourself, right? If you're all alone, you're only relying on the banks and your own money. Well, here's the question. How is that working for you? If you're happy where are you right now, keep doing it. If you're not, well, maybe it's time to rethink your strategy. That's why we built the Riches and Beyond, to be the largest private investors network in South Africa, so that you have access to top mentors and massive amount of people who are willing to partner with you. So when you have access to 50,000 investors, people with money, what would you do? Would you bring deals to them? Yes. Would you do it again? Yes. So when you have this massive network who don't really care about your credit score and your employment, then you start having multiple deals at the same time, multiple joint venture partnerships, multiple profits. So number one, having access to the network. Build your own network or join our network. Also, having access to a proven mentor. Why is this so important? You could try to do this by yourself and make all these costly mistakes. Now, what I realized, I made mistakes so that you don't have to, right? So we build a network for you, and network of top mentors in the country so that you can learn from them. People who done massive deals, who done joint venture partnerships, who are developers, and then makes a lot of sense to have someone like that in your corner. Would it make sense to you to have a multi-millionaire property developer in your corner to take you to your first development, or would you rather try to do this by yourself? Think about it today. Number 3, credibility building, right? Establish trust and reputation through consistent engagement and successful collaboration. Now, when you say that you've been trained by Riches and Beyond, which is, by the way, CTANG and QCTU accredited training provider, and we have the largest property investors network in South Africa, top mentors, well known, and also we have a very own show. Well, that already gives you a credibility, and being part of this network, you have access to all this. Now, 7 property deals in 6 months without using your own money. Who will be happy with that? Now, what if you can have only 1 deal coming your way in the next 6 to 8 months? What would you do with it? So let's say you just make 50, 100,000 Rand profit with 1 deal in 6 months. Would you pay off your car? Would you pay off your house? Would you go and travel? Would you reinvest? Well, Doris did 600,000 Rand profit with these 7 deals. So basically what she did, brought in 1 deal to the network, and the second deal, and the third deal, joint venture partnership, profit from 3 deals. She started doing her own renovations, her own flips, and eventually she's done 7 deals in 6 months. Now imagine you just made 600,000 Rand profit in 6 months from now. What would you do with it? Would you take your family on a vacation? First class, right? Would you pay off your car, sometimes in fully? Would you pay off your house to lower that interest rate? Or would you reinvest? Because if you didn't know, 600,000 Rand could be a 10% deposit for your students' accommodation or developments, but that's not a story for another day, right? So it's possible. Get yourself inspired by these stories today, especially Doris' story. Now, here's the real power of joint venture partnerships: multiplying resources and expertise. Number one, capital pooling, which means you can have multiple joint venture partnership, multiple capital from different people. Shared expertise. Investors, they know what they're looking for. So if the deal that you bring into the table makes a lot of sense, they will go for it. So I'm not talking about, hey, here's another beautiful property, buy now, and 10 years from now will be worth something. Our investors, we know what we're looking for. Is it cash flowing from day one? Does it have an opportunity to expand, to build more rooms, right? Could this be a potential student's accommodation, right? Can I flip it in 6 to 8 months? Am I making profit right now? Or how long is it going to take if I put this money into it? You see, that's a big difference. It's not just about buying and waiting. It's about buying and making profit from day one. In this case, when deals make sense, investors, they don't care about your credit score. They care about what's in it for me. If something makes sense, if they can make more profit than what they make in the banks, they're willing to invest with you. Now, our investors making anywhere between 15 to 30% within 6 to 8 months or 12 months or so, depends on the deal. How come? We always buy below market value. So when you buy below market value, your profits are higher and you can bring such opportunities to your network. And also it's a risk distribution, right? We say spread investment risk across partnership network whilst maintaining proportional profit participation, right? So it's not just about you in it. It's not about you risking what's going to happen. It's about when you buy below market value, you have options, you have exit strategies. You can rent it out, make profit from day one. You can flip it and make profit 6 to 8 months. You can develop, right? So we mitigate that risk by having options, and we have options when we buy below market value. Now, from partner to principal, using partnership profits to go solo. So we would partner with investors and take the profit from that to do more. So Doris did a couple of joint venture partnerships. She took the profit from that and started doing her own deals. Also, this is that so-called strategic reinvestment. So she reinvested that amount of money for partnership, bought another property, fixed it, sold it, and now she had her own flip. And then all she had to do really is to do a couple of more, and eventually she partnered with a group of ladies from our network. Together they bought a building in Randfontein. Value is 20 million. Solo deal capacity, financial freedom to lead transactions. So it's a clear path. If you're in a similar place like Doris, like I was as well, you might start like that. Let me get the right knowledge, find opportunities below market value, bring it to the network. Now, if you watch our webinars, you will know where to find these opportunities. Number one, there's hundreds of auctions happening every single month, hundreds of opportunities below market value. Bank repo properties, they're happening all the time before the auctions. You can buy them directly from the banks. Distressed properties, they're pretty much everywhere. Motivated sellers who need money quickly, who are relocating, immigrating, going through a divorce. Now, number one, the women's collective strength in numbers. How did she manage to partner with a group of ladies and eventually bought a building together, and through all these different joint venture partnerships? Shared vision, right? This is what I have. This is what this can do for you, and let's do these things together. It becomes easier when you have the network. Also, collective impacts. A group of ladies, they got together, bought a building together, right? So they understood the value of investment. They understand what they're getting at the end of the day. And again, I always like to say, together we are stronger. Combine resources, right? Pool capital, expertise, and network connections to pursue ambitious investment opportunities. If the banks say no to your applications, build your network and your network will grow. And again, strategic focus. So, right, if we have clear steps in front of us, if we get the money together, right, that capital, we know where we're heading, what this is going to give us. It's not about let's just buy and wait for 10, 15 years to make profit. We're making profit from day one. We can sell it quicker. Then makes more sense when it's below market value. So there's that deal that eventually she ended up partner up with a group of ladies, but I really want to put this in front of you now to inspire you. You might say, I can do one joint venture partnership, do like 50,000 rand profit or 100. Is that enough? Is that be worth it, right? So what is the bigger picture here? The bigger picture is if I can have multiple joint venture partnerships at the same time, I can have multiple deals. I can have multiple profits. I can pay off my house in 1 or 2 years, right? I can get a group of investors and then we can together invest in a massive building like this one is, right? Now, here's a couple of key success factors behind Doris' journey. So, number one, strategic networking. Build your network and your network will grow. Understand joint venture process. How do we partner up? Are we going to form a company? Do I become a director? Do you become a director? How do we share the profit later on when the company buys the property, right? So you need to understand that dynamic behind it. And also, what do we do with the profit afterwards, right? What I'm going to use it for. The numbers need to make sense. We're going to reinvest this into some other deals. Her goal was to have multiple joint venture partnerships and eventually to head to the bigger strategies like we teach students accommodation or developments, and eventually understanding collaborative mindset is like, let's do it together so that we all benefits, right? So how do we start this journey? We're going to visualize that transformation. So if one deal is going to give me 50 to 100,000 rand profit, what can I do with it? Let me do a couple of more. Now I have 3 deals like she did initially. What can I do with this then? Let me have my own first deal then. So I gotta visualize the process, all the steps I have to take. And when that is clear, we just have to do basically take that first step before. Network newcomer, I don't know what to do. I'm all alone, depending on the bank's money and your own money. How's that working for you? Most people are there. You're beginning. You think you can do this by yourself? Well, look, it's gonna take forever. You're gonna make a lot of costly mistakes, and bank will give you money. A lot of people don't know what to do with it. People just buy a property, now they're stuck for 20, 30 years. Now, we can use the bank's money, but at the same time, we can do multiple joint venture partnership, meaning we're strategically growing while we're waiting for something that is obvious, which is the bank's money, your own money, what you're saying. And what is that achievement? Where are we heading? She wanted to own her own development, and there you go, she partnered with a group of ladies. You see, it becomes easier when you have the network, and then you decide how to use it, and nothing is really stopping you to bring multiple deals to the table. So here's the blueprint. Right, so you can take a photo of this, use it, make the best out of it. Simple. Blueprint is harness your network, build your network, and your network will grow. Master joint venture partnerships, understand the negotiation process. What does the investor need? And numbers when they make sense. Who do I approach, right? How do I present this? Number 3, reinvest strategically. Profit from joint venture partnerships. Use it for more deals until you reach your financial freedom. How much money do you need to have? What are your goals? And collaborate for bigger impact, right? That collaboration brought it to 20 million rand building in Randfontein. Isn't this inspiring? Can you do it again? Yes. So build your network and your network will grow. Basically, what we did for you on your behalf, right? We all realize that network is the key, and let get the team of people who can teach you how to go about it, and let's bring people who are equally passionate about property so that you can collaborate and network and do it together. Is it fair to say that when you have 50,000 investors in your network, it becomes so much easier, right? So that's what we did. That's why we built the Riches and Beyond, and this is only one example of our stories. Through this network with Riches and Beyond, we managed to raise more than R1 billion for our students deals. Watch our show, The Property Game. It's on the home channel. Watch it, get yourself inspired. It's going to be so many amazing stories that I'm going to share with you guys as well. But understand that we all been beginners. We all been stuck with our properties until somebody showed us the way. And when somebody show you the way, that might be faster, that might be better and safer, which is making profit from day one, buying below market value, properties paying for itself from day one. You're not depending on your job to pay for that property. You're not waiting for 15 years to make profit. You're not stressing out about interest rate. When you do things strategically in the smart way, then you are ahead of the game. Then you're not stuck. You're making profit from day one, and you can sell it quicker, and profits are higher. So today, really use the story to get yourself inspired. You can do exactly the same thing. Some of you probably have more than she had at the time. She was unemployed mom at the time, couldn't qualify for the bond. But guess what? You might have a job today. You might qualify for that bank's money, for that bond. Use it. Buy below market value, right? You might even have some savings somewhere, right? You can use that as well as a deposit. You might even have some properties. Well, have you heard about refinancing, equity release, getting a second bond? You might have that already in front of you, right? So why not use it, but now strategically use that to build more, buy below market value, right? I'm talking about buying below market value at the auctions. There's hundreds of auctions happening every single month. If you didn't know, most of them are below market value, people who pay for who fail to pay for their properties, right? What else we have? We have motivated sellers, like I mentioned, people who are relocating, immigrating, going through divorce, right? They need money quickly. We have distressed properties. They're pretty much everywhere. What else we have? We have bank repo properties. You can even buy properties directly from the banks below market value. So when you know all this, would you ever again just buy a property and wait for 20 years to pay that off? Stressing about interest rates, right? If you lose your job, you miss 3 payments, property is gone. That's how it works here in South Africa, right? Or would you rather have property that you bought below market value rented out? Rental covers your bond right away from day one. Even if you don't have a job, you're still making profit from day one. Property's paying for itself, right? What's better for you? So today I want you to think about it, rethink your strategy, how long it took you to get there, and do you like the idea of having 6, 7 deals in 6 months like Doris did? Well, if you need any help with that, we do have different free events, free webinars, masterclasses, weekend masterclasses, and also we offer coaching and mentorship programs depending on your goals. So if you want to do the same thing, you need help, it's okay to ask for help. Reach out, send us a message. We'll be more than happy to connect you with that specialist. In the meantime, stay strong, keep learning, because life never stops teaching you. See you soon. Bye-bye.